Big welcome, Leo. Now, this is your reading for the month of September. The sun is in Virgo, and as you know, Virgo is about evaluating, looking back. In the tarot, it's the number 9, and the number 9 always means that we look back of where we've come from, right? And there is a very clear message always in these cards, right? And the message is that where we've come from, where we moved from, is important to see, because we go through stages, we go through phases. And I'm doing this to you because it's very interesting. You have a card, the Fool, in your reading, and I just want you to see that the Fool is up here on the mountain, right? Is the mountain itself. And from the mountain I have many paths that I can take, and the path leads to the Magician, leads to the High Priestess, leads to the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, and then you, the Leo, and then the 9, the Hermit. And the Hermit is the ultimate going within, looking. He is gray, he has the wisdom, and he looks back at all the paths that he has been able to go through to understand or to embody this wisdom. And then his hands are coming together, the lamp and the wand, right? The wand that he holds in his hand, and is able to light the path to those who come after him, right? And it's very beautiful because he's, in a way, we think he's looking back, he's looking into the past. But when we see it from a Hebrew perspective, they go from right to left, we go from left to right. So of course, for them, it's actually he's looking into the future, right? And he holds these two tools, the eternal light, the search for the light, the search for the sun or the spiritual meaning, and the creative spark, the sexual energy that makes that happen. Without that, we wouldn't even, what for we're looking for the light? Why are we even looking for, right? If it's not something that is making us realize something, grow into something, find out something, right? Learn something. It's this eternal search to learn, to grow, to... And that's the month that we're in, and that's now my interpretation, right? Then it's the two palms together. He's gray. He has come many paths, right? Stages. And now he is the heart of the mountain, and it goes further into the wheel of fortune, which you also have in your reading, right? So that's why I'm actually also bringing these cards up again. Now you remember, you are Leo. You are the lion. You are this wild passion. This wild energy is inside of you. You cannot help it. And you are a fixed sign. And when you're a fixed sign, that means that you stabilize that sexual, creative energy inside of you, this infinite loop of this beautiful woman, the beauty and the beast, kind of, right? And then again, we go into the wild, we go into the order, we go into the wild, we go into the order, and there it becomes this infinite loop of consciousness. I go into consciousness and I go back into something wild. I go into the consciousness, I go back into the wild. And your trademark is passion. Passion, 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 right? So when you look at this, It's not that the woman is taming the lion. It's actually an exchange happening, and not I am better and you are just this wild beast that has to be tamed. No, I am becoming one with you. I am looking at you, and I know, and he looks up at her, and he's like not in a submissive state. He's just realizing, yeah, I can also be this. And she realizes, I can also be this. I can be both. And that's the infinity symbol above her head, right? She can be both. And that gives us the true strength to embody the two energies. Orange again for that creative sexual energy, and the white as that seventh chakra, that holy spiritual energy that we looking for, searching for. Teth is the serpent, and the serpent is again the Kundalini energy that rises, right? That rises, and it's shown here by these roses, the roses that go around her hips and around the lion, beautifully demonstrated that they're intertwined. This energy cannot be split in any way, right? And screaming and letting it out, right? Is this like, and that's why I painted, right, the lion's breath. I rubbed a little bit here on the face, so I'm going to bring the old one. This is the lion. This is like, no, I want my way. I have this beast in me, and I can tame it, right? I can control it, depending on how the mother is using her knowledge, her wisdom, her clarity to help this child, right? This screaming child that says, no, I want something. And this is sometimes our downfall, that we stuck in a certain desire. Okay, so let's move on, right? But I think it's amazing, right? It's like it shows this awareness that sometimes we need to release, we need to let it out, right? And so this breath, right, the lion breath, where we really stick the tongue out in it. I want you to see, I painted them now on the water paint, right? And I want you to know that this infinite symbol is in the breath, in the inhale and in the exhale. And here at the base, we have Kundalini that is able to rise up into the higher consciousness, right? And we stick the tongue out, and here you are in your element, right? In Africa, there's where the lion lives, right? And you embody the two by using the breath, by bringing the infinite energy down to you, right? And we love to be free, we love to be creative, and at the same time, only just free and to be creative is also not always being conducive to us, because we have to control that. We have to bring it into a place and do the best with it. You are, again, look in the description box below, right? There are the dates for the court cards. In my readings, you are specifically, these are not all the fire signs. For me, this is you. You're the King of Wands. So when this card comes up, I'm not seeing Sagittarius or Aries. Aries has his court card, and Sagittarius has his court card, right? And you can see down below which one is your court card. The dates are written right there, right? Yes, the salamander. The salamander is the animal, the only animal that can survive through fire. Okay, good. So let's go into your reading. Before that, it's your element is fire, then the day is warm. You like fruits and protein, and Your region is the heart, right? So also brave heart, lion heart, right? This is sometimes also described in this card. And your cardiovascular, so you can control yourself by doing joggings and doing active the cardiovascular system. But also your sensibility, your senses are very much your tool that you're using to create that taming of the wild, right? When we use the five senses are always the windows to this world out there, right? We see, we hear, we smell, we taste, and we feel, right? And so that's also in a way this gentle touch she's giving, right? And touching this animal and letting it know, I'm here, right? I'm not trying to control you. I'm trying just to guide you and show you the way, right? Okay. Something new, something creative. This is fire. This is you, a new spark, a new idea, which is really giving you fun, giving you like a joy to jump again, to throw up this wand, to throw the wand. Right here you sit in your throne, you're a made man, but I see you have a new creative idea that you are going to act upon, right? Now when I lift, of course, the card here, I see underneath also there has been quite some difficult things in your life that you feel in your heart, right? In that brave heart, in that lion heart of yours, in that sensitive heart of yours, right? So be gentle, right? Allow also to know that these painful situations, these three parts, the heart is split and you sew it back together, right? It's part of this enjoying yourself all of a sudden again. Remember, right? The deeper the pain, the deeper the joy also again that comes when we are jumping up and seeing, wow, I have come through a very, very difficult part, right? Good. So your first row, let me see that you go through some difficulties in a way that you sometimes don't know how to access your wild side, right? The wild side. Remember, the devil is Capricorn. If there is a Capricorn in your life, this is the month Capricorn, December. But the devil in itself is the temptation, a temptation that can bind you, that can make you a puppet, right, out of those temptations. But I think also that there is this ability to turn that around as the Hanged Man comes right after. You know how much these, I'm just going to put this down for a moment. There's another page, right? So this young creative ideas coming to you, but these are two major arcanas, and two major arcanas is your soul letting you know, yes, there are things that bind you. But also remember, the devil is an energy, is the Greek god Pan, and the Greek god Pan is the dancer for me. In all of the yoga positions, it's the dancer pose. And the dancer pose, I'm just going to look for it so you can see how I painted it. The devil for me is not like something that we can say is negative. It's when something is out of balance. Sometimes things are out of balance. We build a city, no greens, no place for the animals, right? And then we're out of balance. And so this dancer pose, finding your balance, is showing up in this card for me, that sometimes it's just when you do one thing too much. And what you can do is just go upside down. And the Hanged Man is saying you almost, when you go upside down, is helping you to find again the balance to here you have this dark glow and here you have this beautiful light glow coming back, right? It's just you're out of balance. And if you can look, right, she's like, yes, I let go. So when you notice that the devil card comes in and wants to call you and say, okay, do this or do that, and it binds you to the first chakra, to the first energy levels of materialism. This is what there is. There's nothing else, right? Turn upside down, right? Of course, the Scorpio is a very intense position, but just turn upside down, go into a handstand, do whatever it takes to let go, right? And not be pulled in by this beautiful, charismatic personality that says, come, come. And then you're stuck down there again in this awareness, in this non-awareness. Turn upside down. You're almost there. You can get out of it, because then right after comes this new creative idea, which is here it's an action and here it's a thought. Together you can make something happen. You can create something. Why? Because after that is another fire sign coming to you, Sagittarius, right? He is the knight of fire. He is that horse that goes up. He plays the drums. And look at here, the Eight of Wands turned upside down. But for me, when the Eight of Wands are upside down, I don't feel like, nevertheless, it's fast. This new beginning, right? This new path that you're gonna take. You taking on the mountain, going up, and it's gonna happen fast because this is your central card. And even upside down, right? Sometimes they say when a card is upside down, here in this particular card, I don't feel this is really gonna block you. Maybe a little bit because the devil is here, but above it is this. So just when you turn upside down, when you go into this position, then this card actually makes sense, right? So it's really, in a funny way, this go for it, go for this action, go for this fire spark, right? And knowing you have the creative thoughts that will support that, right? Then in the center you have the Hanged Man, also upside down, so he sees it actually in the right way. Amazing, right? So it's like, it's like, yes, I get it. When you turn upside down, I get it. I get how I can make this action, the 8, the infinite 8, this action happening, the infinite 8 loop of inhale and exhale. I can make it happen. I can see it when I turn myself upside down. Then this card is actually in the right place. You see where I'm going with this? And of course, you're like, wow, you're starting a new path. It's like, it's right there. And now you are planning it very clearly. 2 of Wands, your element. You know the wheel is turning. And 9 of Wands, just pushing one last bit. Again. To plan, push, the wheel is turning, last bit. Again, plan, push, the last bit. And it's this rotation between the 2 and the 9, the 2 and the 9, the 2 and the 9. And the 9 is connected to the Hermit, to reevaluate, looking back again, think, do I want it like this? Do I not want it like this? Oh, okay, I'm planning again. I'm starting fresh. And the wheel is spinning. And again to the 9. This is in this month happening to you. Wow. such a cool reading right now, right? Also for me, like I feel sometimes more and more how the cards are really like letting me know, like, yeah, that's exactly right? That's the reading. Okay, I want to know what this devil situation is, right? I'm just gonna switch the cards a little bit around. And I want to know what the devil for you means, right? Where are you sometimes attached? On what kind of, is it a thought? Is it an action? Is it a feeling? Or is it just the material that's difficult for you to handle, right? Is the surrounding around you sometimes blocking or making you dependent? Where is this dependency coming from? Okay, here we go. Oh, it's quite a few. Okay, interesting. So I'm gonna just take these three first. Okay, sorry, like this. Okay, so the devil got 6 cards, and you know that sometimes the 666, the 666, the 6, here's a 6, the Queen of Earth, and the 4 of Earth. Then you have the Magician, the 8 of Air, and the 5 of Air, right, coming after. But I'm just going to do these 3 first. So the devil is that you have to mentally sometimes just move on. Do something, like I said, go upside down, turn yourself upside down, right? So this is in your near past. So in a way, maybe you will get through that, right? You will overcome that, but start immediately mentally, like when the devil comes in and says, hey, take that, do that, right? Start immediately thinking and moving forward into the Queen of Earth, which is also the court card for the devil, which is a Capricorn. Capricorn is this earth material, like being blocked. Don't allow, right? Allow the devil to block you ever on the material plane and on the mental plane. Never ever. Because that's where you're stuck, because you're so creative, you're such a wand. From you it's difficult to collect your thoughts. For you it's difficult to connect with the material. You just want to right, you want to let it out, right? So because you're lion, right? So that's where you sometimes get stuck. So learn how to connect with your thoughts, moving right forward. The 6 of Air, right? Look at those 6 birds moving this ship, right? But the ship is up in the clouds. It's not on the ocean, but you don't really know. Is it an ocean or is it up in the clouds, right? Then the materialness here, this is heavy, Capricorn, and the 4, sometimes it's like, okay, I'm holding on to the money, I'm making sure that what I have to count, I have to be, you have to overcome that because she's a rich woman, right? Then the devil again in the next step is, if the devil comes in, go to the Magician. Right away. Say, okay, I control you. I am the one that says no more. Don't you tempt me, right? Stop. This is the mental, this is the card that comes right after the Fool comes the Magician. The Fool is the seat. What seat decides the Magician? Do you want to become a tree? Do you want to become grass? What do you want to become? The Magician decides that. Here it's just all possibilities. I am a seed. What seed? I don't know. This is the next step. What seed do I want to be? But it's not yet manifested, right? What seed do I want to be? So you need to when the spark flies, when the action of becoming a seed flies, what seed do you want to become? And don't just take anything. Oh, here, I offer this. This is easy. Yeah, because it's easy. You're like not choosing. Turn upside down right away. Do a handstand, do a headstand, whatever you do, right? Or do the scorpion, or hang in a mat and like hang yourself upside down. And then right away you clear of thought, clear of your mental, and you get this spark and the idea of how you mentally can stop unblocking yourself, because then you have the 8 and the 5, and those two mental, again air, are, you're the 8, right? Or sometimes you feel blocked, you don't know where to send or what to be or who to become, and sometimes you think too much about you need to win. But when there's winning and losing, you don't realize that in this infinite 8 above your head, there's no winning and losing, there's no black and white, there just is a shifting of elements, a shifting of inhale and exhale, and both of them are equally important, right? You got to understand that, and the magician understands that. Now, if you see the magician like this, it's like, okay, whatever. But if the magician has these two behind him, he's so much more powerful, right? And then if you have her behind him, okay. If you have this behind him, okay. This behind him, okay. Now the magician, right here, look at you, also the magician behind, and I can put all the cards behind you. You are here to embody, to physically embody now this duality, okay? And all these cards can be behind you. And then it makes out of you so much more powerful individual, knowing that all these difficulties were all behind you, right? All these challenges, the material challenges, the mental challenges, right? That are right now challenging you, right? And it's good, because then you have something to do. Otherwise, life is boring. I mean, if everything is perfect, sorry, but life is boring, right? At the bottom of the deck, the 10 of Waters, the happiness, this Buddha happiness, the big belly, he's laughing, he's saying, hey, you know what? You do all that for a family, for your family, for the happiness of your family. It's very important for you. So go through these challenges. Wow. Of course, I lift up the card, and what do I see underneath again? The Wheel of Fortune. This is all just karma. Everything is karma. Karma means you got to get through these difficulties. Through these difficulties, you grow. Through this charming, right? Charming energy. Hey, you know what? Smoke that cigarette. Drink that alcohol. Do too much of something. Yeah, it's part of the material world. It's karma. Your soul needs to grow, needs to learn. And again, the wheel is turning so that you can grow and you can come back to the 10 of water, the 10 of emotions and emotional fulfillment. A lot of people write books about it. There we go. Remember, you can turn this around and remember, wow, now I see it. The Wheel of Fortune, it doesn't matter how you turn it. The Torah, the Tarot, the Orat, the Rato, Rota, Tarot, Orat, Oracle, Rato, the wheel, the Torah is the Bible, the Tarot is the mystical, Kabbalistic tree of life, right, is spinning. So no matter what, this Eight of Wands can be seen from all perspectives. I can turn it like this, it still looks the same. I turn it like this, it still looks the same, right? I turn it like this, it still looks the same. And I turn it like this, it still looks the same. So doesn't matter, it's written down there for a moment, right? Turn upside down so that you can see what you need to see, that everything is turning, everything is karma, and all the difficulties for you are just part of this life, because you got also these two, the Magician and, wow, the Fool, which is the number 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. The fortune comes to those who understand, who learn, who grow, who don't allow themselves to be blocked by nothing. Go for it, Leo. You're the lion. Go for it. You make it happen. Whatever it is, make it happen. Whatever this new creative idea is, make it happen. You plan for it. You planned this. And sometimes it's difficult, but hey, you are able to go to the next step. Just hang yourself upside down. Do it, right? So you can create. You can have whatever it is you want. And then think of your happy family, right? Your family is important. It gives you something. It helps you to stabilize yourself, because you're the lion. A lion needs his family, right? It's a beautiful energy. It's something that you want to bring into this world. All right, my dear Leo, I love you. Sending you all the happiness for this month, right? Keep going, whatever you're doing. See you in October, when we have again the major arcana in Justice card in Libra. All right, thank you for watching. Namaste.